Welcome back, my fellow Chibits, to the weekly Chibit questions. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is going to be the final Chibit questions video on the channel. Okay, I'm just joking with you guys. I had to get that out of my system. It's April Fool's. It's April 1st at the time of recording this, so I had to get it out of my system for, I can carry on with this video and not have to figure out another place to troll you guys. But before I begin, there is something I do need to talk to you guys about, something serious. Tomorrow, I'm going to be pretty busy. I'm going to be doing jury duty. Now, I mentioned this on Twitter a while back. So tomorrow, April 2nd, I'm going to be having jury duty from 8 a.m. and it could probably last up until 5 p.m. So most likely, there might not be any videos tomorrow. So even if, let's say, Tokyo Ghoul Read the anime comes out tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to probably get around to it because of jury duty. So I just want to clarify, if tomorrow there is no videos, do not freak out. I will be busy tomorrow because of jury duty. But there you go. I just wanted to clarify to keep you all in the know, because I know all of you that are on YouTube, you don't probably all follow me on Twitter, so I'm letting you guys on YouTube actually know. Anyways, I guess let's begin. This one might be a little bit shorter than normal, I'm going to be honest here, and the reason why this video will is because I don't have a whole lot of time. I got to go to bed early tonight, even if I'm not tired. I have a bad sleep schedule, as many of you are very aware of, and so I want to have to force myself to go to sleep early tonight, and I need to be able to get this video up quickly before I can go to sleep. So this video is on the short side. Please forgive me. I will make it up to all of you guys. But one little brief thing to also mention as well. We're about to hit 200K. Yeah, we're about to hit 200K on the channel. I never would have thought it was possible to hit 200,000. I mean, it's crazy to think. We have all come this far. The channel is this big already. It's about to be that big. It's insane. And I just want to say shout out to all of you that have been with me over the years helping me out. I do truly appreciate it. And, thank you so much. But anyways, let's get this started before I could go to bed early tonight and get ready for that great jury duty that we all know is amazing. Am I gay? You tell me. Who is your favorite Japanese anime voice actor? Have a good day, Chibi. You have a great day as well, and this goes to all of you Chibits out there. The Japanese voice actor to, Tsukiyama from Tokyo Ghoul, love his voice acting. He's always been amazing. I just love his uplifting voice and all of that. He's probably my favorite. Just what makes the Kawamoto family so amazing? Well, when you see them smile, it leaves me with a smile because they're just so real. They're a realistic family, and you could just really bond and connect with them because of how much time has been spent with them, and it just always warms my heart. It's like a wholesome, scene when you see these characters in an episode of March Comes In Like a Lion. And speaking of March Comes In Like a Lion, it recently ended, so I mean, if you guys haven't watched it yet, please go out of your way and watch the series. It's so good. It's one of the best series I have seen in years. When I was a kid, people thought that I was a girl because of my long hair. Have you been in my boat? Do you know how I feel? Well, I'm going to be honest here, I wish I kind of was in your boat. You want to know why? I've always wanted long hair, actually, or normal hair. My hair is terrible. It always forms into, like, a big afro, gets real curly and all of that, and, it's just, my hair is really hard to maintain, and I've always just had bad hair overall. I have a complex, actually, in some ways when it comes to my hair, but, I have never been mistaken for a girl. But I do wish I could have better hair than I do. Happy Easter, Chibi. Hope you are well. My question for you this week is, have you ever made a friend online for your YouTube channel that carried on into your offline life? Happy Easter as well. Happy Easter to all of you Chibits out there right now. If you celebrate it, or if you don't celebrate, I still wish you a very good day. But, anyways, have I ever made a friend online and then met them offline, like in real life? Honestly, no. But I do have a lot of close friends that I have had, I met online. Like, I have a friend I met on Xbox back in 2007, and I'm still friends with him to this day. Yeah, it's 2018. It's been over a decade since I've known a certain friend on Xbox. He's always been, a good friend to me. We've had our little spats where we just go at each other and argue, but overall, we've always been good friends. And, I mean, YouTube, being, a YouTuber, it has made me connect with others and gain more friends than I ever had. But I personally have never actually met one of my online friends in real life. One of these days, I hope to, but at the moment, I really haven't. If someone runs at a speed of sound, what sound would you hear? What are the specs of your PC? Here you go. Would you ever take a wild gamble and ride that monster, or let the monster ride you, darling? I would let the monster ride me. Yes. Thoughts? Okay, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good one. What do you think about my profile picture? Also, have a good rest of your day, Chibi. You have a great rest of the day as well. It has me with a crappy hairdo. Oh my god, my hair is so bad. What do you think is Uta's endgame? He just wants to watch the world burn. That's clearly what Uta wants to do, or all of the clowns, actually. Do you play a trading card game, either digital or physical? Did you know there was a card game for My Hero Academia? It's fairly small in Japan, but it looks like it's hella fun. I got 2 Bakugo starter ducks. You mean decks. Decks there. Sorry if I'm gloating. I meant to say any. My mistake. No problem, no problem. Everybody has typing and errors and all that. I do that all the time. I constantly have to delete my tweets and redo it because for some reason Twitter doesn't have an edit function. Like, why, Twitter? It's 2018. Give us the ability to edit a tweet, because everybody's going to make a mistake and type something in wrong sometimes. Either you're tired and you got fat fingers and you smash the different keys together and you put the wrong letter and you accidentally, send the tweet and you realize you made a big error on it. I just like, come on, Twitter, it's 2018, add an edit function. But, anyways, have I ever played digital card games or physical? Yes, I have, actually. In the past, I used to be into Pokemon card game, and then I eventually moved over into Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was in middle school. I eventually fell out of it and all that, and I gave my cards to this kid that was younger than me, and I decided, like, he could best use the cards than I could, because, I mean, I wasn't really active in Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon at the time, so I gave him, like, this big case of just rare cards. I know I could have made a lot of money off of it if I would have kept on to them and sold them or whatever, but I just felt like the kid would have been able to use them a lot better than I could, because I wasn't going to use them. I was just going to let them sit there, so I decided to give away my cards to him. Now, in terms of digital-wise, yes, I have played a few digital card games. I have played some certain Yu-Gi-Oh! Games on my Xbox, and I also have played Hearthstone a little bit. Not a lot, but I have played Hearthstone. Really like Hearthstone, though. It's a really good game. And I also played Gwent. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it, Gwent from Witcher. That's also pretty fun as well. But that's about it. I didn't know there was a My Hero Academia card game, but it makes sense because usually any anime that gets popular typically gets a card game. Would you rather be transported to another world with an average cheat or be reborn with your memories intact? I'd rather be transported to another world. The reason why is because it would be exotic, something different, and, it would be something brand new. But I wouldn't retain my memories, though, I'm assuming. I wouldn't have any of my memories, so, unless I'm transported while I'm still alive. That's not really clarified. See, with your question here, you're saying I will be reborn in this world with all my memories, or I will be transported to another world with a cheat. Now, that's not clarified. Does it mean when I'm transported to another world, am I reincarnated, like reborn as a new person in that world? Or am I literally just transferred there like you would see in a normal, like, anime or manga? That's not clarified at all. But I'm going to assume, judging by your comment, like, right here, I want to assume that I'm going to be reborn in another world, so that would mean I would have no memories. I still say yes. I'd rather choose to be in another world, and the reason for that is just because it'd be exotic, it'd be very different. It would be something I would not expect, and I mean, I guess at the end of the day, that would become my norm, kind of how this world is, it would be my norm. I mean, I wouldn't really even know the difference of how this world would be, so I guess I would wind up in the same situation, but if I knew, I would say, yeah, another world. I would definitely go there, but being reborn in the world, it would suck, because you would realize you've been reborn, and probably might have been many years after your death, and so everybody you know and love is probably already gone, so I want to say transported. Are you ever going to play the Little Nightmares DLC levels? Pretty freaky stuff there. I actually have played the Little Nightmares DLC. I played it less than a month ago, and I had a lot of fun. Now, I didn't talk about it, but Little Nightmares DLC was really freaking good. It was short, though, but I will say there was some problems I ran into for the Little Nightmares DLC. And the problems I ran into was some bugs and glitches, especially on Chapter 2. There was a lot of bugs with the gnomes. Like, the little gnomes and stuff, they constantly, like, kept bugging out or whatever. Had a lot of issues with them, but in terms of gameplay-wise and story, Little Nightmares DLC was really good. I liked the way the story went. It was predictable, honestly, that the kid, spoiler alert here if you haven't played the DLC, but it was predictable that the little kid would turn out to be the gnome that 6 ate, and that's kind of what happened. I felt bad, but I was like, that was predictable, and it does make sense from the story perspective of where it was going. And I do hope eventually we get a continuation. I would love to see a Little Nightmares Part 2, because there's so much of the story that needs to be clarified. I want to know more about, you know, the lady and all that that's, you know, scared of, you know, seeing her own face in the mirror. You know, I want to find out more about the janitor and all of that. I just, there's a lot of things I want to find out about, and so I do hope that eventually the creators decide to make Little Nightmares Part 2 and, you know, answer some of the questions I have with the story. What do you think? And who do you think will die first before their series ends? Kentaro or Togashi? Okay, magic mushroom. A boy's penis turns into a girl. Once another boy at school discovers this, he reveals that his penis too is a girl. Their penises then have Yuri. What? 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 Wait, what? 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 Manga 1 volume. I see why it's 1 volume. But, what? I'm curious. I'm gonna have to, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna check this out. I'm very curious. I'm extremely curious just on, is this a hentai or is this just like a normal, I'm curious. I mean, I'm serious. I'm probably gonna check this later, not just to see. Like, what? But, okay, so answering your question, who do I think will die first, or who will die first before their series ends? Honestly, I hope none of them die first before their series ends, but if I had to make any say, I would probably say Togashi, because Kentaro obviously has everything planned out. He just takes time writing and drawing and all that stuff. Togashi, I don't think he's lazy as everybody says he is. I know he went back on hiatus and all that. I've heard it and stuff, and I've seen it myself, but I believe if I had to compare the two, I'd say Togashi would be the one to die first just because of lifestyle-wise, what I've seen and heard from Togashi and what's been happening with his back and stuff. I'm just going to assume Togashi would be the one to go first. I hope not, but I'm just saying. That's what I would assume. Do you know what this is? That looks like Astafol, but in a burrito wrapping. So please clarify if I'm wrong, or if I am right. Thoughts on this 2016 calendar pic of Eto and its grim foreshadowing in light of recent events. Take note of the background. Oh. Oh my. Oh my goodness. It's a Well done, Ashita. I am proud of you. I mean, this is common. I'm not really surprised, because Ashita's known for this. I've talked about this many times. He's known for making illustrations way before certain events tied to that illustration, and the calendar obviously has been referenced many times throughout the journey of Tokyo Ghoul, which shows that Ishita's had many things planned for a very long time, and I'm not surprised he foreshadowed what happened, potentially, to Eto in the latest chapter because of this. It just, like, it always gets me that this man is just how he writes his story, and he puts things in plain sight, but you won't understand until it actually happens. It's impressive. It takes a lot of skill to be able to do that as a writer, and just, like, my God, that does clarify a lot. I do hope Eto, though, isn't, you know, dead. I really hope not. I really hope it's just a clone, or like, her head is still alive somehow. I just hope she is, you know, not completely dead. But that's nice. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I do appreciate that. Yo, little dwarf, I have a very important question. Do you pronounce it data or data? Answer me, dwarf. Whoa. Hold the phone. Who gave you permission to call me a dwarf, okay? Who gave you permission? You better let me know who gave you permission to call me a dwarf right now. But anyways, to answer your question, I usually say data. I never say data. I've always went with data. Have you seen Yonkou Productions confirming that Prime All Might will be shown in the upcoming My Hero Academia movie? Yes, I have heard about this. I should have made a video on it, honestly. I guess, you know, I can talk about it here. But, yeah, Prime All Might apparently is going to be in the upcoming Boku no Hero Academia movie. Now, to clarify something, the movie is going to be canon. It was already confirmed by Horikoshi. It's not going to be like something that's not relevant to the series. The stuff going on in the movie is canon. So, Prime All Might, I'm very interested to see how strong he is, especially with the upcoming events that's going to happen in Season 3. Not going to spoil for you anime-onlys, but, I'm curious about the feats. I'm very curious about the feats of Prime All Might. And if we're seeing a Prime All Might, that means that a lot of the story might take with a flashback, or a villain that All Might have faced a long time ago. I'm very curious on who it could potentially be, since it is canon. But, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to watch the movie. Sadly, though, when the movie does come out, we're going to have to wait like 6 months to be able to watch it, because that's just how Japan works when it comes to their movie releases, so it's going to suck, but I can't wait to actually see it for myself. Best girl? Ah, I see you're a man of culture. You're a good man. Since you have played Season 1 of The Walking Dead, have you also played Season 2 and 3? If yes, what's your thoughts about it? And if not, do you want to play it sometime in the future? I have played Season 1, and I have played Season 2. I played Season 1 by myself, and I did do a Twitch live stream for Season 2 of The Walking Dead. As for Season 3, I have not played it. That is still a season I have yet to play. I do want to play it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Eventually, I will get around to it, but I have yet to play it. I do like Walking Dead. Regardless of how many don't like it as much anymore, or how it's fallen in popularity, I do enjoy me a good zombie show, or a zombie game, and I am looking forward to playing Part 3 when I do get around to it. Right now, I've just been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves. Okay, giant women are starting to feel kind of vanilla at this point. What's another fetish of yours that you're ashamed of? Honestly, I never would have thought anyone would have said something like that. It really is one of my most bizarre ones I've ever mentioned, or I have personally. I do have a few others, but it's one of my most bizarre ones, and I'm just surprised how accepting everybody was of that. I mean, it really surprised me, but I know I probably said it on Twitch, some of my others, but I don't think I probably ever said it on YouTube or anything. But the one, I've implied it here and there, but one of my other ones, I would say, which one do I want to say? I'm embarrassed to say some of them, but I've already said so many embarrassing things in these type of videos that, I mean, honestly, why should I even be ashamed at this point? I've lost all shame. Like, I mean, this is a man without shame now just because of how much I've said. But, which one should I say? Okay, you know what? Fandom. There you go. You know what? Also, I'll reveal another one next week in the next Chibi questions if this video gets over 1,000 likes. I'll do it for you guys. It depends, though, because it's embarrassing revealing stuff like that. Are you still actively playing World of Warcraft? What's your history with WoW/Blizzard games? Love the content and keep up the great work, Cheeps. My history with World of Warcraft, or WoW in general, and Blizzard games, it spans back to the early 2000s when I played Warcraft 3, The Reign of Fire, and then eventually Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. It spans all the way back to those days and eras when I used to play a lot of PC games, play strategy games. I played StarCraft, I played Warcraft, I played Diablo. I used to play all the Blizzard games that were very iconic at the time, and I fell in love with Warcraft because I really loved the multiplayer. I loved the story. I especially loved the Lich King and King Arthas and all of that, and I loved the way you could go online as well and play certain games. And I remember effectively, it was thanks to Warcraft 3 that started the MOBA genre with, Dota and stuff. I remember playing some of that, the earlier versions of it on Warcraft 3 and having a lot of fun. There were so many things back in the day for, Warcraft 3 that I enjoyed it. And that's kind of where my love for Blizzard kind of started. And eventually I navigated over into Diablo, playing Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, which, oh my god, a lot of times were spent with that. I used to play it all the time with my brother. That actually got me into gaming. And man, that was a lot of fun I had too. Then, eventually, I discovered and started playing Warcraft 3 in 2005. I played it for a couple months, and then eventually, because I didn't have money, I couldn't continue to pay for it. Then there was a lot of trouble times at the time. I didn't have the time to really play Warcraft. Eventually, years passed, around like 2009 or so, I finally got back around into playing Warcraft. It was like, maybe it's 2008, 2009. It was the year Wrath of the Lich King came out. It was that year when that expansion came out. When it came out, I finally got around to playing Warcraft again, and oh my god, like, just grinding up to the levels and all that, playing the game, it was so much fun. I had so much fun playing Warcraft, and when I eventually got to the raid dungeon and defeated Arthas for the first time, I actually started crying, because Arthas was like that go-to villain for me. One of my favorite characters in all of video games. I mean, I remember seeing his story in Reign of Fire and Frozen Throne, and then you have to take him down in Wrath of the Lich King, and I'm like, my god, this iconic character I just had to take down. I just had such a connection with him. I grew up with the character, and when, I finally took him down, I remember I just stopped playing WoW for a while, because it was just like, it was an iconic moment. Eventually, I came back around, Pandaria. When Pandaria came out, I started playing Pandaria for a while, and I didn't stick around that long, but I played for a good bit and all that to see the content, and then I left for a bit, and then I came back for Warlords of Draenor, which Warlords was fun. I liked the way they handled some of the things, but overall, it definitely was one of the worst expansions that did come out, and eventually I kind of stopped playing that for the most part, and then I started playing Legion again. Played it for, saw the content, love how they handled Illidan's character, and now I'm waiting for whatever goes on in, Battle for Azeroth. Don't end the video yet. Bye!